Hey guys, Dr Kahu here and welcome back to my channel. Now today I'm going to be doing a continuation to the world that I created, and that is What If Naruto Gained a Karma Seal, Part 2. Now as usual guys, if you guys can please like and subscribe, leave a comment down below, leave the bell notification on so you guys can get the first to go on new content, and of course guys, if you want, follow me on Discord. Also leave the link in the description. All you need to do is copy and paste it, add me on Discord, and if it's still pending, wait till 8 to 8:30 PM New Zealand Standard Time, or in the morning, and I'll accept your friend request then, okay? And not only that guys, I appreciate you guys following and liking the part 1 of my video. It's really cool that you guys do, and I'll be continuing with that. Now hopefully when I finish off my other channel, I'll leave a link in the description on my next video, or this one possibly, or I'll leave it on my community tabs, okay guys, so you guys be ready for that, okay? So yeah, without further ado guys, let's get into this continuation of this next part of the world of, and that is What If Naruto Gained a Karma Seal, Part 2. Now let's begin. We're going to do a quick recap on what happened previously, and then we'll jump into the new content, okay guys? So where I quickly and actually last left this off was when Naruto, or Team Yamato, and they consist of Yamato, Naruto, Sakura and Sai, all the way on the other side of the Tenchi Bridge. Yamato impersonates Sasuke and meets up with Kabuto and Orochimaru on the Kabuto on the Tenchi Bridge. And so from there, we will begin. The atmosphere is thick and it's really tense. Yamato, acting as Sasuke, moves onto the bridge and begins to talk to Kabuto. Kabuto himself, he agrees with the conversation to the point where he actually picks up that this is not really Sasuke. But anyway, he takes a mighty swing at Yamato, which also manages to cut him on the shoulders. When Yamato lands, Orochimaru notices this is exactly Yamato, the boy that he experimented on. And when Yamato waves his hands, because Orochimaru already knows that they're there, they appear straight away, but Naruto is furious seeing Orochimaru. He confronts Orochimaru the same way as he does in canon, but this time instead of exploding into his nine-tailed rage, instead Naruto's Karma Seal manifests and goes up his arm all the way over his eyes. Orochimaru sees this and he's like, what the hell is that? That's unlike my curse mark, and I don't believe the tail beasts do that. But as Naruto's Karma Seal moves up his eye, what happens is the Karma Seal itself goes from being black to red, and Naruto's eyes activate as a Byakugan, but he's more aware, he's ready. Kabuto goes at Naruto, but Naruto speed blitzes him, rushes at Orochimaru. Orochimaru could only just dodge the first attack, but when Naruto misses his left punch, he spins around, kicking Orochimaru, sending him flying through the forest. Because Naruto can fly and he can see with the Byakugan, he can see where Orochimaru is, so he flies up, speed blitzes Orochimaru and begins to assault him. So really bad. Orochimaru has to do all his best to dodge Naruto's attacks. He realized that one of Naruto's punches could have just killed him, and so he knows that Naruto's on a different league. He senses Naruto's chakra, but he doesn't see it manifest. And Naruto is just pounding at Orochimaru to the point where Orochimaru has to use his own jutsu to summon thousands of snakes to make a gap between them. Naruto lands immediately, opens his hands up and does a massive fire style, but it's like a flamethrower, and blasts it out of his Karma Seal. What ends up happening is the attack engulfs all the snakes. Orochimaru tries to summon the massive sword that extends super long. Naruto dodges that, easy, catches it, snaps it in half, rushes out Orochimaru, chucks it straight at him, cutting his body completely down. But luckily Orochimaru was able to jump into another body, or jump out of his body as a snake platform. And as Orochimaru tries to run, what happens? Kabuto tries to attack Naruto. Naruto turns around, smashes Kabuto right in the gut, makes him bleed out massively. Then Naruto grabs Kabuto's face, headbutts him, and throws him away, thinking that Kabuto will be out of commission. But Naruto is an idiot, forgets that he can heal. He throws Kabuto really far. Orochimaru tries to take this time to run away, but Naruto's already there. Naruto flies up, lands on Orochimaru, lands and drops on top of him, creating him on the ground. Orochimaru tries to turn around to bite Naruto and give him a curse mark, or like paralyze him at least. But unfortunately it doesn't work. The moment he bites on Naruto, what's it called? His mouth begins to burn. The chakra of the nine tails burns Orochimaru's mouth to the point where he almost catches it on fire. But he manages to jump out of their body and exhaust away. He looks right at Naruto, sweating. He doesn't know what he can do. He tried everything. He can't do nothing to Naruto, even without his jutsu. Naruto stands over Orochimaru, holds a powerful Rasengan in his hand, and tells him, "Now you're going to take me to Sasuke, or I kill you now. I will find him." And Orochimaru looks at Naruto, and he tries to attack Naruto one more time, just to, push himself, I guess, thinking that he had a possible chance. Naruto could see in his muscle movements and his chakra movements, did notice that Orochimaru was going to attack and move. Naruto slams with Rasengan on Orochimaru, incapacitating him. And Yamato does a powerful wood style that bites onto Orochimaru's neck and wraps around his body. What it does, it paralyzes Orochimaru in place and uses Orochimaru's chakra to make the sealing jutsu more powerful. Yamato gives all his chakra for that. When they try to find Kabuto, Kabuto's gone. And Naruto says, "Damn it." Now he goes, "A problem for another time, I guess." And so what happens is, when they look back, Sai's gone. Sai's completely gone. And Naruto's like, "What the?" And Sai's now out of Naruto's Byakugan range. Naruto flies up, but he still can't find him. Loads of happiness. Naruto flies more toward the direction where Orochimaru's base is, taking Orochimaru with him. And what ends up happening is they find the base. Naruto drops Orochimaru on Yamato. Because Naruto got what he needed. He goes to the base and he sees Sasuke. He also sees Sai there. Sai goes in and threatens. Sai talks to Sasuke. Sasuke threatens him. And Sai states, "Oh, good, because I came here to kill you." Sai kicks it open and summons hundreds of beasts to attack Sasuke. Sasuke looks back and does a massive Chidori stream, destroying the entire area and putting his sword right through Sai's chest. Sai's pinned on the wall, lightning style going through him, trying to move, trying to exhibit no pain. The moment Naruto sees this, he appears, grabs Sasuke's sword, snaps it in half. Sasuke sees Naruto and he tries to do something, but nah. Naruto backhands him and Sasuke craters on the side of the wall. Bear in mind, when Naruto had the Nakamasu activated, he's as strong as a Notsuki, pretty much. And slowly but surely, the memories of who Urushiki was, what his job was on Earth, and all the future memories will eventually, slowly but surely, wake up in Naruto's mind. As brief glimpses, to the point where Naruto will know what had happened and what led to him getting his power. And so, not right now anyway. Sasuke gets up from the attack, thinking that he was just caught off guard. He flips backwards. He immediately powers up into his curse mark state, level 2. And then Sasuke notices Orochimaru has been captured. And Sasuke goes, "What the hell is this?" Naruto goes, "Just cleaning up a mess." Naruto flies up. Sasuke looks at Naruto and he's shocked to see Naruto with the seal and nothing that. Naruto with the Byakugan. "What the hell happened to you, Naruto?" Sasuke goes into Naruto's psyche, and when he goes in there, he sees Naruto within his psyche plane, with the Nine Tails chakra fully connected to him by a black line. Sasuke looks at Naruto and the Nine Tails, and what happens is he sees right behind the black line, and what he sees is a pair of Rinnegan, but not just any Rinnegan, Tomoed Rinnegan. And at first he thought it was someone else, but when he looks carefully, it's another form of Naruto, a real powerful form, with a mark all over his body with a horn growing out of his head. When Sasuke sees this, he's noticed by Naruto immediately and he's pulled right out of his mind. But in Sasuke doing that, Naruto finds the attachment to the memories that was once burnt out by the Nine Tails. Bear in mind, when Naruto accesses these memories, he'll gain them all, but he won't suffer any consequences of Urushiki. In fact, Naruto has full control of the Karma Seal and all the powers and the knowledge of who he is, or who he is and what he is, but as I said, not just right here. As Sasuke wakes up in the real world, he has his curse mark stage 2 state and he rushes at Naruto with black lightning. Naruto flies at Sasuke as well and they begin to clash in the air. Sasuke tries to, but he's nothing. Naruto catches Sasuke's hand, breaks it immediately, kicks him in the gut, throws him down. Sasuke hits the wall and he craters on the side of the wall. He looks right at Naruto, but as he tries to get up, Naruto kicks Sasuke again right in the face, cratering him again, grabs his feet, and does the full Hulk series of what Hulk does to Loki, where he smashes Sasuke around, and he throws Sasuke again against the wall. Sasuke, with the last remaining of his chakra while he can, shoots a fire style right past Naruto, and shoots a good 3 of them. Naruto laughs at the scale, goes, "Do you think that's a fire style? I'll show you a fire style." Naruto pushes his head open, and does it. He goes, "Catch this fire style. Fire style, fireball jutsu." Massive as fireball jutsu comes out of Naruto's Karma Seal. It's enormous. When Sasuke sees this, he does his best to dodge it. Blows up the entire area where Sasuke is. but it gave enough time for the fire style, the heat shot up in the air, to do a thing. A lightning cloud appeared over the sky, and Naruto looks up, and what happens? Sasuke goes, "Now catch this!" Boom! Sasuke uses his lightning style to pull the domestic carrying dragon at Naruto. And in doing so, the big dragon engulfs Naruto, opens his mouth and bites onto Naruto. Sasuke, seeing this opportunity, he speed blitzes, rushes, he kicks Yamato right in the face, grabs Orochimaru, and he uses the reverse snake summon to get rid of it, get away. And so Sasuke and Orochimaru manage to get up, as so did Kabuto. The moment that goes down, back with Naruto, the lightning dragon, Naruto is absorbing the entire attack, and taking it on himself. He goes, interesting. That was a powerful lightning style. And what happens after Naruto nullifies the attack and it's all gone? Naruto opens his hands up and a lightning sparks across his hands. He goes, interesting. Thank you, Sasuke. Naruto flies off. He goes, where's Orochimaru? And what happens is Yamato didn't know. He goes, a blow just came, kicked me in the face, and before I knew it, he was gone. Naruto goes, damn it. Well, we can't do nothing now. Naruto looks at Sai's bleeding out badly, and he looks at Naruto and goes, I'm sorry. Naruto goes, Sakura, heal this fool. And so what happens? Sakura heals Sai, and when Sai tries to tell him what happened, the sealing mark on his tongue activates and prevents him from talking. Naruto goes, he activates his Karma Seal and utilizes his own abilities and rips the seal off Sai's tongue. And so what happens? Sai is able to tell exactly what is ordered by Danzo and Root, blah 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 blah. He tells everything. And so when they go back to the village, this is when Tsunade investigates Root. Thanks to what Naruto did to Sai is forthcoming with all the information, all the bad, all the good, all the deals, all that jazz. And so when Tsunade gets brought up to speed about everything, she's not happy. She is not happy at all. And so as they go Yamato, he goes, so you guys managed to just miss Sasuke and Orochimaru and Kabuto, I see. And Sai was a double agent, but Sai apologizes for it. And Tsunade goes, it's alright. Can't bother now. And so as this goes on, what ends up happening is the Akatsuki have gotten more tail beasts. They're still gathering more and more tail beasts, and they're doing their thing. Now what happens is this has been a Hidan and Kakuzu situation with Asuma goes down. Asuma still dies to the Akatsuki, and so that still continues. Now as that jazz goes on, Naruto, seeing how powerful Sasuke has become, it didn't prompt him to train as much, but it prompted him to figure out what he can do with his true power. He remembered having those jutsus. So when Naruto looks in the psyche, he sees it. He sees what Sasuke saw, and he focuses on one and makes a connection to that other part of him. In doing so, he unlocks some of the powers, mainly the ability to at least activate the Rinnegan. Bear in mind, I know Urushiki has Tomoe Rinnegan, but Naruto's in the beginning phases of it, okay? He's not just going to get all the power straight away, he needs to work upon it. And so when Naruto summons the Rinnegan, briefly, he realizes that he can move things, push and pull things, open portals, all that jazz, and Naruto realizes, okay, he's starting to get it. And more flashes of certain characters entering in his view. And as this all goes down, Jiraiya visits Naruto and goes, hey kiddo, how's it going? Naruto looks at Jiraiya and he sees him and he hugs him and he's so happy to see the sensei. And Naruto goes, Jiraiya sensei, I need to talk to you and this is serious, please don't lie. Now when Naruto talks to Jiraiya, he goes, I've been having these visions and they're not visions, they're something that actually happened. And you're not telling me the truth. And Jiraiya goes, what's the matter, Naruto? He goes, that incident before where we stated that we had that lapse of time had disappeared. I think I'm starting to get it. I think I'm starting to get the message slowly but surely clearly. And if I am correct, it has everything to do with a boy named Boruto. Jiraiya looks at Naruto and tells him, very well, Naruto, this is classified information and I only know as much as I was allowed to know, okay? An incident with time travel had occurred and people from the future saved us. That's all I can state, Naruto, okay? All I can state. You're not going crazy. But I beg you, right now, stop continuing this, okay? We need to focus. I think Katsuki have taken another couple more Jinchurikis and now they're after the Three Tails. So what are you gonna do, Naruto? Naruto goes, I don't know. He goes, I don't know, to be honest. And he goes, show me what jutsus you learned. And so Naruto shows Jiraiya the water style he learned, the massive fire style he learned as well. He also showed him the lightning dragon Sasuke shot at him. Naruto can project it out of his hand and blow things up, so he can do his own lightning hack dragon, whatever it is. And Jiraiya's quite impressed and he goes, why don't you merge them with the Rasengan, change to chakra nature? Naruto goes, that's actually a good idea. And so what happens is, while Jiraiya watches for a bit, he watches Naruto change to chakra nature immediately. He found out that he was naturally gifted with wind style a little bit earlier, and so he masters the wind style Rasen Shuriken before Asuma died. And when Asuma did die, Naruto had learned how to also do the vanishing Rasengan in his own form because of the lightning style he places into it. Well, it's like a vanishing storm. The moment it appears, it not only hits them with the Rasengan, it shoots the lightning through their bodies as well, so it gets them badly. And so what happens is, when Team Asuma tries to leave the village, Kakashi goes with them. He sends a letter to Naruto and tells them that they're going to be at this place. Meet us here. We may need your help. Naruto goes, alright. So as he practices, he looks at what he needs to do. And Naruto gets really used to utilizing the ability. And not only that, Naruto also slowly but surely begins to activate the Rinnegan. Only with his charisma activated, his karma still activated, of course. And so as Naruto goes through the tedious process, he figures out all the jutsu he needs to. And when it's time for him, he knows he needs to go. He opens a portal immediately by Kakashi, and him and Yamato jump out. Now, when Kakuzu's attack almost hits Kakashi, Naruto appears right in front of him, opens his hand, absorbs all the attack as if it was nothing. Yamato uses wood style to grab Kakashi, and as they look down, Team Asuma and Kakashi look at Naruto and they're like, thank goodness Naruto's here. And Yamato goes, what am I? And he goes, sorry Yamato, but Naruto, come on. Yamato laughs. Naruto looks on and goes, interesting. Very interesting. Naruto scans him using his Byakugan. And what happens, he looks at the other guy. Shikamaru looks at Naruto and tells him that he will take that one. Naruto goes, fair enough. Do as you might. And then what happens is Shikamaru runs away with Hidan. And as that goes down, Naruto looks right at Kakuzu. Kakuzu tries to attack Naruto, tries to do his jutsus, but Naruto just chucks, he defeats the hearts by using the abilities against them, water style, wind style, fire style, and lightning just destroys them immediately. And when Kakuzu sees this, he tries to attack Naruto with all his here, but Naruto's way too fast, way too strong. In fact, Naruto chucks a vanishing Rasengan that blows half of Kakuzu apart, stunned him in place, and then Naruto speed blitzes him, powers up a Rasen Shuriken, chucks right at Kakuzu and blows him away, sends his attack flying, destroying multiple tree line areas, and Kakuzu gets exploded by the attack and he dies the same way he's done in canon, if not more violently. Hidan himself dies while he gets trapped underground, so he practically dies. So with those two dead, Team Asuma goes back. Naruto is, well, they thank Naruto so much. Naruto's happy with it, and so as things go by from there, this is when Sasuke makes his move. Sasuke makes his move and absorbs Orochimaru within him, needing the power necessary to take on Naruto, and he has one more goal after this, to absorb Itachi. Now as this goes down, Jiraiya tells Naruto that he's going to be going off on a mission to find the Akatsuki leader, and this is when Naruto says, don't go, Jiraiya sensei, let me come with you at least, and he goes, it's alright kid, I'll be fine. Naruto goes, no. Well then, if things get worse, reverse summon yourself back to Mount Miyamoto, Jiraiya, promise me. He goes, don't let your pride get in the way, please Jiraiya sensei. Jiraiya looks at Naruto and goes, very well kiddo, I'll do what you ask. And so he tells Tsunade that if I come back, it's a date. And so Jiraiya leaves to go on his mission to the Hidden Rain Village to find the Akatsuki leaders. And we all know what happens there. Jiraiya fights Nagato, fights the Pains, and he almost gets killed this time, almost. But thanks to Naruto telling him not to be prideful and leave when he can, he reverse summons himself back to Mount Miyamoto, so he pulls a Kashin Koji. And then Jiraiya, there he heals. Now what happens is, when Pain see that Jiraiya got away, they move their plan schedule ahead to attack the Hidden Leaf very, very soon. And as that goes down, Sasuke is approaching the coordinates to go and take on Itachi. Now Itachi actually has his bird waiting for Sasuke this time, instead of putting it within Naruto, because Naruto is actually preoccupied with other stuff. The Sasuke retrieval arc again, that the secondary one doesn't really come to fruition right away, because they're too busy on what they need to do. They need to take down route, and Naruto has to stay in the village to do so. And so as the time for the pain attack happens, Itachi and Sasuke have their battle to the point where Itachi pulls the Orochimaru out, and then Sasuke kills Itachi. Well, in his own mindscape, what that happens, Sasuke, what's it called? He wakes up and he has his Mangekyo. But what Sasuke doesn't realize, that after Itachi programmed his eyes and he killed Obito and finds out the truth, Sasuke goes out and he's about to go test his power. But what happens is Sasuke goes, why don't I just swap the eyes with Itachi now? And Obito looks at him and goes, that may not be a half bad idea. And Sasuke gets his eyes changed. Bear in mind, this is all happening a little bit more earlier because Naruto was way too powerful and it pushed Sasuke to head in that direction. So Itachi still dies, he sacrifices himself, and Sasuke gets the his Eternal Mangekyo earlier. Okay, and not only that, but due to the fact that his eyes didn't go blind, he gets to keep his eyes still, so he keeps them with him for nostalgic reasons. Now, the moment Sasuke activates his Eternal Mangekyo, what ends up happening, and this is when he breaks out the tester, what ends up happening is a crow lands right next to him. Sasuke was going to attack that crow until that crow looks at him and then activates the Koto Matsukabe. In doing so, it places Sasuke under a powerful Genjutsu that in turn makes him defend the Hidden Leaf. Sasuke immediately leaves Obito, and heads towards the Hidden Leaf. And as that is all going down, this is when Pain is making a simultaneous attack to attack the leaf. Now, Naruto, thanks to his training with Jiraiya, he's already learnt a lot of jutsus, and he's already learnt how to go into Sage mode. He learnt the basis anyway. But what happens when Naruto finds that Jiraiya is in Mami Boku and severely injured to a point of death, Naruto goes there just to master the rest of the Sage mode, and he learns Foro Kumite. What happens when Naruto doesn't realize though that thanks to his curse mark abilities, or curse mark, his karma seal, it learned to the point where it actually became natural the moment he activates the curse mark. He's not the karma seal, my bad, oh my god. The moment he activates it, he's not only activating the karma seal but putting himself into Sage mode, which will benefit Naruto naturally, massively, honestly. And this is before Naruto even has the full power of the Nine Tails too. And so Naruto is really strong. Now, when Jiraiya's fight, he eventually gets healed up. What happens is Jiraiya's arm's gone, but he's alive. That's all that matters to Naruto. And so when Jiraiya looks on and watches Naruto master Sage mode fully, Jiraiya is proud of his student. And so when the pain attack occurs and they destroy majority of the village, Naruto, Jiraiya, Fukasaku, Lady Chima, and the three brothers, Gamakichi, Gamabunta, Gamaken, and the other one, and Gamakichi. All of them land in the Hidden Leaf. And as this goes down, Naruto tells Jiraiya to take Tsunade and take her back to a safe distance. He will deal with the pains. And as they do so, the animal pass summons all its wild beasts to attack, but this is when the three toads battle them. Naruto speed blitzes all of them, takes out the Ashura path like it was nothing, but it was bloody nothing. And he begins to beat up all the other ones. Now, thanks to their shared vision, they pose a minor threat. And so Naruto realizes they have the Rinnegan. When Naruto does that, he activates his own Rinnegan. And when Naruto sees this, Naruto begins to destroy all the pains to the point where it's just him and Tendo Pain left. Naruto's already destroyed them immediately. None of this was in Shuriken. Bear in mind, Naruto has Sage mode activated with his Karma Seal. And now that he's learned to activate the Rinnegan, not the Tomo Rinnegan, just the Rinnegan, Naruto's even increased his power tenfold. He's so much more powerful. When Tendo Pain tries to do another almighty push, Naruto just opens his hand and negates the entire attack, putting up his own barrier. Then Naruto does the same thing, sending Tendo Pain flying out of the Hidden Leaf boundaries, I guess, and Naruto gives chase to him. He's flying. Now, what's it called? Nagato tries to get Tendo Pain as close as possible to him. Towards he does, up to the point where he summons and uses the planetary devastation jutsu. And so as he does that and throws Naruto within the miniaturized moon, right, but Naruto spins out and is starting to get sealed up, but Naruto goes, hell no, I'm getting destroyed by this stupid weak seal. Naruto begins to fully flex his chakra, and this is when Kurama states to Naruto, you will summon my chakra, Naruto, will help you even better. But Naruto goes, it's fine, don't worry, I got this. Naruto expands his chakra and he does his own form of almighty push, destroying the entire asteroid, the little mini moon that was being made. And so what happens is, as Naruto sees this, Naruto speed blitzes and smashes right through Tendo Pain. He grabs his chakra rod and he just holds onto it and he focuses his chakra and he finds exactly what Naruto is. Naruto speed blitzes the area, rips it open and finds Naruto. When Naruto sees Naruto already has his Rinnegan activated and his Kama seal, and Naruto all he sees is a little god. Like Naruto is like a little god. And so he talks to Naruto, but when he sees Naruto, he believes that Naruto is the only one that can keep this promise. And so Naruto thoroughly gives himself up. He sacrifices his life to save everyone in the Hidden Leaf that he just killed. And he goes, this is my penance for trying to kill our sensei. My Jiraiya sensei story began. My one was a complete failure in the middle. May your one be the success, Naruto. I hope you carry out our sensei's ball forward. And when Naruto dies, Konan thanks Naruto and she goes back to the Hidden Rain Village. Naruto himself goes back to the Hidden Leaf Village. When he gets there, everyone sees him. They all thank Naruto, especially for saving their lives. And he becomes the hero of the Hidden Leaf Village. And so as the Hidden Leaf is getting rebuilt and pulled back together, this is where situations around the Atlanta Fire slightly goes astray. Sasuke, because he was put on the Koto Hamatsukage, he left Obito and he rushed back to the village. But in coming back to the village, he saw it was a little bit destroyed. He felt like he failed. What happened is Naruto sensed Sasuke's chakra. Naruto was in the village and he used his Renegons to copy Yamato's ability to do the wood style. Because Naruto has way more chakra, the Hidden Leaf Village gets rebuilt much more quicker. And so, as the Hidden Leaf is being rebuilt, Sasuke walks right through as if it was nothing. The guards see Sasuke and they immediately jump out to try to attack him and tell him to submit. As Shikamaru and them see Naruto and Sasuke as well, and they stand in front of him also wanting the same. But Sasuke goes, I don't care about you little fools. Where's Naruto? Naruto lands by Sasuke in a blink of an eye. And Sasuke looks at Naruto. Naruto looks at Sasuke. And he goes, Sasuke? And he goes, Naruto. So Naruto goes, what are you doing back here? He goes, weren't you going to wait for me to come save you? And he goes, unforeseen plans occurred. My brother Itachi, sneaky bastard, programmed a bird to hold one of the most powerful genjutsus. I can't go against the leaf, and at the same time I need to be here to help protect the Hidden Leaf. And what happens is Naruto and them all like, huh? And that's when Naruto realized maybe the person with the Sharingan that genjutsu'd him was Itachi. He doesn't know, but this Boruto kid. Naruto goes, before I take you to Lord Jiraiya, what's it called? Do you know a boy named Boruto? Sasuke goes, who the hell is that? Naruto goes, damn, you don't know him either. What the hell's going on? And Shikamaru goes, Naruto? Naruto goes, don't worry, I got him. And Naruto and Sasuke are walking by, and Sasuke goes, he tells him everything he knows. What Itachi did for them, the Uchiha Massacre, Danzo, the third Hokage, the two village elders, all of them in their cahoots to wipe out the Uchiha clan. When Sasuke explains this to Naruto, Naruto actually grits his teeth in anger. This actually pisses him off. And so Naruto takes Sasuke to Jiraiya. Jiraiya goes, Sasuke Uchiha, welcome. Sasuke looks at Jiraiya and he goes, yes, for now I'm the interim Hokage until Tsunade wakes up. Until then, you were almost branded a rogue shinobi, but thanks to Naruto and Lady Tsunade, you won't. Welcome back to the village, Sasuke. My only question to you is, where's Orochimaru? And Sasuke says, I killed him. I took his powers. I went to go fight my brother. He took Orochimaru's powers off me. I killed my brother. took his eyes. We swapped them. Now I have Eternal Mongekyous and I have my older set of eyes right here. Jiraiya goes, well, that was easy. You're forthcoming with all your information. And Sasuke goes, because my damn brother's getting jutsu, that's why. But damn it. And Jiraiya smiles. And he goes, do you have any nefarious plans towards the hidden left, Sasuke? And he goes, no, not anymore. Not until I looked into that damn bird's eyes. And he goes, good. Well, welcome back to the hidden left, Sasuke. It wasn't like you never left in the first place. And you have hatred against the root. Well, now is your lucky day, because we are going to purge the village of them. We've got enough evidence to bring them down, and honestly, I will not have that old fool Danzo making a mockery of the third Hokage. And so what happens is Sasuke is put on the mission as well. When everyone finds out that Sasuke is back in the village, at first a lot of them are like kind of disheartened and unhappy with it, but Shikamaru understands the strategic value and the power that Sasuke does have and will be necessary for the Hidden Leaf village. And so as Naruto and Sasuke get ready to assault root itself, what ends up happening is Obito, along with Kisame, they both break into the Hidden Cloud village. Obito impersonates Sasuke to brand Sasuke a rogue shinobi and have the Hidden Leaf and the Hidden Cloud village go to war. So Obito impersonates Sasuke, cuts off the Eight Tails tail, and what happens is what's the name? Killer Bee manages to survive within one of the tails. Now he takes down the what's it called? Killer Bee, and takes him to where he has the Geto statue. He places the Killer Bee in the massive Genjutsu, and what happens is, because the Geto statue is exactly where it was left the last time, what happens is Obito appears by Conan and takes the Rinnegan and plants it himself, and what he does, he buries the other Rinnegan. Now with the Rinnegan he has, he pulls the entire Eight Tails from the body that he has, but it's only a tail, which irritates Obito, but it's the exact way it needed to. He made the Hidden Cloud village believe that the Hidden Leaf village, or a member of the Hidden Leaf village, attacked his brother. And so what happens is the Raikage causes a 5 Kage summon, because he's angry that Uchiha did that. And so as the 5 Kage summon is summoned, Naruto are about to assault Danzo, but they have to leave. So with Jiraiya goes Naruto, Sasuke, but Jiraiya goes, no Sasuke, you stay back here in the village. I need you to keep a watchful eye over Danzo and protect Lady Tsunade. And he goes, Sakura, you do the same. And Sakura's like, right Jiraiya sensei, Lord Jiraiya. And so as Tsunade is still recovering, Shizune is by her, Sasuke and Sakura keep watch. And this is where Sasuke begins to manifest and use his abilities, learning by slowly but surely, learning his abilities while he's there. And he catches up with Sakura. And so as Naruto goes on, it's him, Kakashi and Yamato, or just him and Kakashi that pick Jiraiya. And when they go after a 5 Kage summon, what goes down is the Raikage immediately accuses the Hidden Leaf of kidnapping his brother because of the Uchiha named Sasuke. And Jiraiya goes, well, Sasuke has actually been in the village for the past week, so I don't believe Sasuke had anything to do with your brother's capture, the Raikage. And he goes, and what proof do you guys have there? He goes, he's in the village right now. He's been guarding the Hokage since she's been in a coma. He goes, and how is Princess Tsunade? She's in a coma. And this annoys the Raikage. And when the Raikage punches the desk and threatens them, like everyone gets in their position to want to fight in a sense. And this is when White Zetsu comes in and releases spores to absorb people's chakra. But Naruto's Karma Seal and his own abilities sense it, and it burns all the Zetsus up. Naruto's chakra burns the Zetsus off his body immediately, as if it will heal second nature. And what happens is Naruto immediately, purges all the things around Jiraiya and Kakashi. The Raikage kills the Zetsu. And what happens is, this is when Kisame comes in with his massive water style and shoots it to fill the room up, but Naruto opens his hand and absorbs the water style, causing conflict. What happens is Kisame manages to at least hit the Raikage with Samihara, absorbing the lightning chakra and wounding the shoulder. And so the Raikage gets sent flying, Kisame runs off and he teleports Obito away. This is the shock and awe tactic, to bring them all to their knees, bring them into a common situation where they're ready to fight. And knowing that he has a powerful ally that's going to help him. Obito appears he has a Rinnegan already, but he keeps it hidden for now, and he declares the next great ninja war. And so as Obito declares it, he leaves, and Naruto is watching on, wondering if he can copy that transportation ability. And so what happens is Obito early has all the Jinchuriki reanimated thanks to Kabuto. Kabuto was already doing everything as fast as he can. He didn't. He had time to leverage the real Madara, but it was just enough for him to not warrant Obito's anger and frustration. And so Obito, he has all the Jinchuriki, previous Jinchuriki, and has all the tablets with them, so they can be part of his guard, and the Geto statue can absorb them at any time. And so as that all goes down fully, everyone's preparing for the next Great Ninja War. But this is when they need to purge the hidden leaf from Danzo. Now speaking about Danzo, Danzo sees Sasuke and brands Sasuke a traitor and tells his envoy to arrest him, stating that Jiraiya is harboring a fugitive. And as they go near Sasuke, Sasuke goes, I will task to protect the Hokage from use and anyone that occurs in a certain situation. And Danzo's men goes, we are taking orders from you, little brat. You come with us or you die. Sasuke goes, I didn't take too kindly in the threats. He goes, is that right, Uchiha? Sasuke looks at him, places him in the massive Genjutsu, and Sasuke knocks him out. Then the rest of the note pounces on Sasuke. Sasuke, without hesitating, to the massive Jutsu stream, catching all of them in their arc. Well, half of them anyway, and they will drop to the ground. The other half rushes at Sasuke, chucking bombs, smoke bombs, all that stuff. And Sasuke realizes if any of those bombs hit the building, it could probably hurt Tsunade. It's so Sasuke unintentionally activates his Susanoo ribcage, which protects himself. And only then he made a Susanoo hand to catch the rest of the bombs that are going everywhere. And as Sasuke does that, what goes down on Sasuke episode but surely begins to manifest the Susanoo. And what happens is when the root ninja ceases, they just remember how Shisui did it. Danzo appears and chucks multiple wind-style shurikens at Sasuke. Sasuke is able to catch them all and crush them immediately. And Sasuke, as a Susanoo, does a massive 5-star fireball jutsu and heads towards Danzo's way, but Danzo uses a wind-style barrier to block it up. And what happens is, as Sasuke stays defensive of Tsunade's area, ready to protect her, Sakura also appears and begins to smash the root ninja using the super strength. Now as this is all going down, because Naruto has a time-space jutsu that's more effective than Kamui, he activates his Rinnegan in the open of time-space. When he appears outside the time-space, they see the battling of Root vs Sasuke and Sakura. Naruto doesn't hesitate to immediately activate his Karma Seal, and remembering the fact that he watches Yamato use the wood style with his Rinnegan, Naruto puts his hands together and does a deep forest emergence, where a small version anyway, and it engulfs all the Root Ninja, enough for Sasuke to do a massive Jidori lightning arc, chugging it through all the rest of the Root Ninja, paralyzing them completely. And as Sasuke does it, he looks right at Naruto and he briefly sees Naruto's Rinnegan. When Naruto deactivates it and only has the Byakugan, he walks over and goes, Sasuke? He goes, alright? And he goes, yeah. Naruto puts his hands together and does a massive wooden dome over Lady Tsunade's area. It makes the doors that people can go in, but it's massively protected. Danzo himself tries to run, but Naruto finds him. Naruto instantaneously body flickers to where Danzo was, and he goes, why did you do it, Lord Danzo? Why did you make Itachi do what he needed to do? And he goes, you understand, little brat. And Naruto goes, brat, why does everyone look at me such a dumb little kid? You know I can see what's on your arm. I can see that you have something there that's locked underneath the bracelet seal. What is that? Show me. Show me your true power, old man. Show me if you're worthy to even try to compare yourself to the third Hokage. Danzo gets angry, removes his bandages around his arms and the buckle. When he reveals all the Sharingan, Naruto goes, Sharingan? And he looks at them and he saw his little pairs. He goes, how much Sharingan did you have to, how much people did you have to kill to make that arm? And Danzo goes, I lost count. Naruto gets really angry and his Karma Seal turns red. And he goes, waste of life. You're so arrogant, you're foolish, just like everyone else. You're stupid, everyone else that has the craves power. And Naruto powers up. What happens is, Kurama states, Naruto, just use my chakra. And Naruto's like, what do you mean? He goes, fist bump me, Naruto. Naruto's like, whatever, him and Kurama fist bumps. And what happens is they explode the KCM2, the Karma Seal KCM2. What happens when the KCM2 appears, and Naruto unintentionally absorbs all the chakra into the Karma Seal, but what happens, it makes Naruto even more stronger. Naruto's Rinnegan activated full ball again, but this time they have Tama Rinnegan. And as Naruto looks on, he's actually quite shocked at how powerful he just became right now. His power just dramatically increased. Kurama was shocked too how powerful he just became. His gates open and he became fully connected to Naruto's Kamasu in a positive manner. And so what happens is Naruto flies over, and now when using Rinnegan abilities, it does nothing to his psyche, it does nothing to his body. He's actually really broken. Not only that, he uses the fishing hook, the fishing line itself. And when he begins to fight Danzo, he realizes Danzo's using an advanced type of genjutsu or recreation. And this is when Naruto just goes, huh, alright then, if I notice correctly, those eyes close every time I kill you, so let's try this. And Naruto uses the fish hook and then dangles the chakra thread through the whole entire area, and Naruto completely kills Danzo so much times that Danzo forgets that the eyes on his arms are running out, and the last one itself is about to close. What happens to Sasuke, he watches as well, and as the eye closes, Sasuke cuts Danzo's arm off, and he turns around, stabs a sword right through Danzo's chest. When Danzo sees as he hits the ground, he tries to get up and do his ultimate seal, but doesn't work. Instead, he coughs out blood. Sasuke goes, "Oh, we're taking that eye too." He rips out Shisui's eye from Danzo's head. Sasuke puts the eye into another vial, another empty water vial, or water vial with the other eye. Sasuke took the eye of the crow out, so he has both Shisui's eyes and his own eyes. So he has two sets of Mangekyo. He can help either from a next generation or an Uchiha that possibly will come around if they evolve the Mangekyo. Naruto has it already ready. Legacy. And so as Danzo dies completely, and everyone finds out the nasty secret that Danzo has made and done, what happens is all the villagers build up for the 5 Kage summer, Tsunade for 5 Kage war. Tsunade finally wakes up, and she sees that Jiraiya did a good job, and she wants to retire, but Jiraiya's like, "Hell no, you aiming my date, girl." Tsunade laughs at Jiraiya, goes, "Very well, I suck at betting anyway." And Jiraiya goes, "Well, hopefully you don't bet everything on us, then, eh?" Tsunade looks at Jiraiya, understand what he means. Jiraiya tells her he'll pick her up tonight, and so what happens is, in a state of normality, Jiraiya takes Tsunade out for a date, and talks about everything, and blah blah blah. Now, as this is going on, Naruto's sitting on the 4th Hokage's head, pondering, because he connected with the Nine Tails. He saw that Minato was his parents and Kushina as his mother, like all that jazz. And so Naruto's pondering, why did my dad hide this from me? Why did the village hide that I am the son of the 4th Hokage? What was it to gain? And then Kurama goes, it's because they wouldn't believe that you, Naruto, were an Uzumaki. If they knew that the Nine-Tailed Jinchuriki was the son of the 4th Hokage, then they instantly would have went to you, the yellow-haired boy. People thought you were part of the Yamanaka clan. But no, your yellow hair distinctly comes from your Namikaze family, your father. Naruto goes, "Oh, I get it now." He goes, "Yes. Bear in mind, your father was the most dangerous man alive at that time. Anything without him being there, people would have gunned for you years ago, Naruto." Naruto goes, "Fair enough." And what happens is, he goes, "Kurama," and he goes, "Yes, Naruto. You've been noticing that I'm having these flashes, right?" He goes, "Yes, Naruto." He goes, "I don't know why." And he goes, "Use the ability you had, the Rinnegan. Maybe if you look within yourself with that could possibly help." And Naruto goes, "Good idea." He activates the Tomo Rinnegan and he looks within the psyche plane, and he stares at that figure that looks exactly like him. In doing so, the figure grabs Naruto's shoulder, he turns to black and absorbs into Naruto's body. In doing so, what happens is all the memories of Urashiki's investigation upon the world time period right now, Naruto, Sasuke, Sakura, all of them. There's information upon the hidden leaf, the hidden sand, blah 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 blah. All the tailed beasts themselves. And not only that, the fact that Naruto has 2 children, Boruto and Himawari, and the person that came back in time was Sasuke and Boruto. When Naruto wakes up from it, he has full connection to his pure Kamasu abilities. He has all of Urashiki's abilities, even the ability to perceive the future, the blue Rinnegan that he has. Naruto gets all their transformations, all their powers from the Rinnegan. And so, as Naruto, as he moves forward, Sasuke begins to practice his own powers too. And having Naruto have the Kamasu, Sasuke practices the Amaterasu. And Naruto, well, he can negate it easily as he can catch the attack and negate the entire attack from Sasuke. So Sasuke can't really has a leg to step on when it comes to Naruto. And so, As everything moves forward, all the villages build themselves up for war. Kabuto is rapidly amping up people with the Hashirama cells that he's cultivated from kidnapping Yamato. He kidnapped Yamato while all the jazz was going on with Root. And so all the Zetsus get upgraded and they manifest into other people. And not only that, the reanimation clones, they are revived early as well. So everything's happening at least a week earlier. But what happens is Kabuto and Obito consolidate their strength to make sure that they have a strong and comfortable foundation. Madara summoned immediately, not during the battle, summoned before the battle. In doing so, the moment Madara sees this and sees that Obito has a Rinnegan, and he's pretty much working in tandem with another person, Madara himself doesn't want to be a pawn in no one's game. He does a reanimation release and tells him and tells Kabuto next time he tries to take control of someone, make sure he's not as intelligent as I am. And so what happens is Madara is alive, well he's dead alive reanimation, and him and Obito begin their plans. What goes down is the first attack wave is about to begin, but before that what happens is all the allied shinobi forces meet up at the hidden cloud village. Gaara is the one that is meant to be leading it, and Naruto himself, he's different. Very aware, he's very different. And so Jiraiya stays at the intel place with Tsunade, and what happens is Kabuto still hides underneath the ground. He still summons Itachi in them. Well, this is where things get interesting, okay? And so Naruto and Killer Bee meet early, and Naruto shows that he has full control of the Nine Tails chakra, and that he can summon the Nine Tails avatar, but he doesn't. The Nine Tails avatar, well, gets to relax his chakra, knowing that he has an instant connection to Sage Mode. But Naruto has a trick up his sleeve, the Rinnegan he has, and the fact that he can steal chakra and seal them using his fishing hook, which no one seemed to realize Naruto can do, except for his team. And so when the war effort begins, Naruto rushes off. He makes sure he makes a shadow clone for each platoon that leaves off to its own individual area. Naruto makes at least a good 100 in each of them. And as they go off, Naruto goes with Gaara's team. The real Naruto. Well, that's what we think anyway. One of them do. But Naruto heads off with Killer Bee, to be honest. Everyone goes off, and Naruto can speak through all the shadow clones, shared mind, shared visual connection, like the pains do, thanks to Naruto's own abilities. And so they go off. Naruto detects all the Zetsu and helps them out, and they do really well. Less casualties, but it's a massive epic battle. And as Madara's can sense Naruto's chakra, he senses the Nine Tails chakra and tries to summon the Nine Tails. Because the Nine Tails gets angry, goes, that chakra, I'm on this chakra, you can't get Madara Uchiha. Naruto goes, what? And he goes, Madara, and they have a brief conversation. But Naruto goes, okay. He doesn't know what he needs to do. And so what happens, Killer Bee and Naruto head off until they're actually confronted by Nagato himself and what's it called, Itachi. Now Nagato absorbs Killer Bee's chakra, and it begins to beat him up badly, but Itachi and Naruto's fight happens pretty great, to the point where Naruto actually casts the powerful Genjutsu on Itachi to do the reanimation release, because Itachi witnessed Madara do so. So when he does the reanimation release, what happens is Itachi not only connected to Kabuto, in fact he's an immortal living reanimation jutsu. Okay, but the problem is, because Sasuke has removed himself from the person that controls him, he can't be released from his certain predicament. And as Nagato is fighting, what happens is Itachi stabs him with the Susanoo, and the Tosuke blade seals Nagato. Now what goes down is Sasuke appears by Naruto, the real Naruto, and this is where you see the Itachi goes, brother. Itachi goes, Sasuke. Sasuke activates his eternal Mangeki. He goes, what are you gonna do? He goes, I'm gonna find Kabuto. You can come if you want. Sasuke looks at Naruto and nods to Sasuke. Sasuke leaves with Itachi to go find Kabuto and stop the reanimation jutsu. And what happens is Naruto and Killer Bee, they head off, and this is when they're confronted by all the Jinchuriki. Now Naruto and Killer Bee stop, and the Jinchuriki try to attack, but Naruto's on another level. He begins to beat up all the Jinchuriki and forces them all into their tail beast transformation states rapidly, really fast. When Madara sees Naruto, he goes, I've never seen a power like that before. And Obito's like, what's that? And he goes, that thing on his left arm, the thing that grows up his neck. His powers increase tenfold. And he goes, are you sure? He goes, look at the Rinnegan. You can see it really carefully. Not only that, he's absorbing nature energy all around. How is that possible? and when he looks at the chakra within Naruto, the Nine Tails chakra is fully merged with Naruto to the point where Madara realizes this kid has full control of the Nine Tails with those abilities. And then what happens is Naruto fully pushes all the Jinchurikis to the point where they turn into tail beast forms. Naruto jumps back and goes, fine, then let's play a mano a mano, or tail beast versus tail beast. And Naruto explodes into his Kurama state, and he rushes them and beats them all down to the point where he finds all the tails. Son Goku jumps on and tries to eat Naruto, but he eats a clone. But the clone wakes up in Son Goku's mindscape and learns everything he needs to do. Naruto smacks out the chakra and pulls it out himself. What he does is, as the Nine Tails, he completely connects all the Jinchuriki and pulls them in closely. And this is when Naruto easily pulls out all the chakra rods with almighty push, even sending Madara and Obito flying. And doing so, Naruto is connected to all of the tail beasts in that one moment. He gets chakra from every single one of them except for Shikaku and Killer Bee. Right away anyway. And so what happens is Naruto's power is just dramatically increased tenfold again. Madara gets up and he tells Obito, we can't wait for this kid to get even stronger. He pulls all the tail beasts in with the Gedo statue, and this is when Madara rushes Killer Bee as his perfect Susanoo and tries to attack at him. Killer Bee manages to dodge the first attack, but not the second one, and he gets beat down by Madara Susanoo until Naruto appears. He appears right through, smashes right through Madara Susanoo. Naruto lands a clean punch and Madara sends him flying down. Madara's like, what the? Naruto lands on top of him, slams his fist right through him again, begins to create the entire area. And then when Madara's repairing, Naruto speed blitzes where Killer Bee is, but it's already too late. Obito has already touched Killer Bee and teleported him away. And so what happens when Naruto turns back, Madara himself has also been teleported away. And so this will work in his favour because Madara has a form of Rinnegan. He can just tear the entire tail beast out. And he does. He tears the 8 tails straight out of Killer Bee, killing him immediately. And he forces the Gedo statue to eat the 8 tails. In doing so, what happens is there's only a little smidgen of 8 tails left within Killer Bee. Naruto catches him. Killer Bee goes, Naruto, it's not much, but take the rest of the chakra. Naruto said, no Bee, don't. And he goes, it's alright Naruto, I'm done anyway, my rapping days are over. Make sure when you save up the pups, you let him know I have to love him. Naruto's like, you're so corny. Killer Bee laughs and he fist pumps Naruto, and Naruto gains the rest of the chakra that Edo got, so Naruto has all the tail beast chakra but Shikaku. And what happens is Naruto looks on, the 10 tails begins to rampage. By this time, Obito has Genkaku and Ginkaku, which he chucks them as well, and he forces the 10 tails to go through a premature transformation early. Now what also goes down is Itachi and Sasuke have defeated Kabuto together, and thanks to Sasuke having the Eternal Mangekyo, Sasuke used his own a more powerful genjutsu, and so Itachi didn't need to lose his eyes. And what happens is Itachi banked on the idea that Kabuto would release him after doing the seal, but unfortunately for Itachi, the joke was on him. The caster of the jutsu no longer has control of him, meaning even if he does the reanimation due to release, it does not release Kabuto or Itachi from the reanimation life. And so what happens is when Kabuto is subdued and Itachi is still alive, Sasuke goes, well, I need to discuss something. He just needs to sort certain situations out. And this is when his Team Heavy comes, of course, all that jazz, all those team situation comes, but Itachi is still there. What happens is they summon Orochimaru using Anko's curse mark, and Orochimaru retakes his chakra back from Kabuto. That's when Orochimaru changes his win immediately. Having an Itachi there, they can probably kill him right then and there. Also made that fair. Because you're more interested in watching Sasuke and watching his win blow, what happens is Orochimaru goes on with Sasuke and continues and goes on what Sasuke wants to do and has to do. And so Orochimaru, he does find the Uzumaki Death God mask, and he does summon Hashirama, Tobirama, Sarutobi, and Minato. All 4 of them summons them all, and Sasuke learns the truth on the Uchiha and everything like that. But because of the Koto Matsukabe, Sasuke can't go against it anyway. He just wanted to see, and so what happened is Sasuke goes, cool, Itachi, are you ready, brother? And Itachi goes, before we do go, is there any way of removing this curse once you're sealed like this? And the third code goes, besides being sealed, no, there's no other way. And Hashirama goes, unfortunately, you're stuck in this form, Itachi Uchiha. I'm sorry. Itachi's like, it's fine. Tobirama also goes, yeah, my bad. That was the consequence of the reanimation jutsu. Yeah, sorry about that there, Itachi Uchiha. Itachi's like, damn, oh well, let's get to be here to help Sasuke at least. And so what happens is Sasuke, along with Itachi, Orochimaru, Jugo, Suigetsu, Kaden, and the 4 previous Kage, they all head out to the battlefield. And what happens, so that they head out at the time when Naruto beginning his battle with Imperfect Ten Tails. When the Imperfect Ten Tails arrives though, what ends up happening is it begins to try to rampage, but Naruto, having his own power, he begins to attack immediately, chucks a Sage Mode Rasen Shuriken, a Sage Mode, it's called Vanishing Rasengan, chucks it at him. The Ten Tails manages to dodge it briefly, but when the Rasengan hits him, sends him flying, injures him, to the point where he screams in pain. But Madara sees this, he goes, damn, nature energy can affect this. He lands right on top of the Ten Tails, he goes, Sasuke, so he goes, Obito, let's go. Obito begins to connect to the Ten Tails, and they begin to run wild, to be honest, causing planetary cataclysms, all that stuff. What happens when the Ten Tails shoots its first BG bomb, Naruto jumps right away and absorbs it immediately. And always that same, Naruto breathes in, he goes, he's never felt so much chakra, he absorbs so much chakra before. Naruto goes, actually a little bit more tiring than he expected, to be honest, absorbing 1 Ten Tail BG bomb. And Naruto looks right at the Ten Tails and he goes, interesting. Well, here, catch. Naruto opens his hand and makes a miniature Ten Tail BG bomb and shoots it back at the Ten Tails. The Ten Tails tries to smack it away, but actually blows up right on his hand, pushing the Ten Tails over. When Madara and Obito sees this, they're like, what the hell? This kid has so much power and it can do that. And then that's when Madara notices the kid has Renegon. Madara's like, no. Naruto flies up with the Renegon and he has all 8 tail chakra but 1. And what happens is Obito takes his opportunity and he jumps back to fight Kakashi. But what happens is he can't really summon Kakashi away. And they have the battle where Kakashi places his Jidori through Obito's chest, exactly what he was banking on. And so Obito himself teleported on top of the Ten Tails. When Madara sees this, Obito immediately does the what's it called? The Phantom Ray sealing formation that seals the Gedo statue with the Ten Tails within him. When Madara sees this, he goes, "You damn brat! What the hell?" He jumps off him. And what happens is Obito becomes the Imperfect Ten Tails Jinchuriki. When Naruto sees this, he sees his power level himself and sees that Obito is using true second orbs. Naruto goes, finally, I can stop holding back now. Someone worthy enough to fight me. Madara hears this. Naruto clicks his neck, he activates his curse mark, and he fully activates it to the point where, so it's a karma seal to the point where a horn grows out of Naruto's head, much similar to Boruto's one. When the horn grows, Naruto has full command of the full power of the karma seal, full power of the Otsutsuki himself. But Naruto stands there, goes, this will be a great battle. Him and Obito square off. What happens is when Obito and Naruto are about to fight, Madara is about to interfere. He senses Hashirama's chakra. He goes, no way. He laughs and he flies off. He goes, I'm looking forward to battling Hashirama. But he knows if he takes Hashirama's chakra, he'll be able to at least fight this kid. At least that's what he believes anyway. So Madara heads off, and what happens is all the allied shinobi forces manage to take out the Zetsu and the reanimations pretty quickly thanks to Naruto. And so what happens is when Naruto faces off against Obito, Jupiter, they begin to battle. Obito summons his true second orb and attacks Naruto. Naruto summons his chakra fishing line, or fishing rod itself without the hook, and he begins to fight him. And they're in a sense fighting pretty equally, to be honest. Naruto's watching. Obito is trying his best to fight Naruto, but Naruto is a pro at this. Naruto jumps around, but he actually uses his unique abilities. His abilities to perceive 360 degrees and his Renegon, Tomo Renegon. Naruto's broken. And then when Obito gets close to even attacking Naruto turns into like these chakra like little things. These blue chakra that turn into nothing. Then Naruto appears right behind Obito and begins to fight. Bear in mind Naruto is using his blue Renegon. And bear in mind this is from the anime too, guys, okay? But the blue Renegon allows Naruto to perceive attacks much more clearer. And so when Obito tries, he fails dramatically. To the point where he actually has to summon the Ten Tails, the Divine Tree, and it buds 3 massive flowers, and they shoot 10 tail bombs everywhere to try to distract Naruto. But what happens is Naruto gets help from the unlikely source. All 4 Kage land with Sasuke, of course, and Itachi and Team Taka, and the 4 Kage jump around the 10 tail budding tree and puts up a full Crimson Ray formation, but Naruto's within it. Minato looks at Naruto and goes, what the hell is that power on Naruto? Naruto's flying. He has the Naruto's chakra fully activated, he's massively powerful. He has the Sage Mode mixed with the KCM chakra within the Karma Seal. So Naruto is, he has Karma Seal with KCM2, Sage Mode with Tom Mode Renegons and Byakugan. So Naruto is super duper broken right now. And no, his transformation is not complete yet. Naruto begins to fight him. Naruto figures he has a way to get Obito. What he thinks was what would happen if he grabs the rest of the chakra, part of the chakra of the Gedo statue, or most specifically the One Tails. Naruto flips over, places his hand right in Obito's gut, and he sees exactly the One Tails. He pulls out the chakra necessary of the One Tails and a little bit more of the Eight Tails. And in doing so, what happens is Naruto begins to massively change. Naruto's demeanor completely changed. Steam rises off his body. Naruto stands clearly, and what happens is his robes slightly turn into the Sage of Six Paths robes. His horn still stays there, but his Renegon themselves, the Tomo Renegon, are activated, and they still look like white Byakugan as well. And in doing so, Naruto has fully unlocked his Six Path Sage Mode. Kakuzu gets into Naruto's psyche and gives it to him. Both the Sun and the Moon Seal. Sasuke didn't meet the requirements at the time, but Naruto remembers that Sasuke had a Renegon. And so what happens is after Naruto unlocked his full power, he does an almighty push to Obito, chucks a chakra through both his hands and legs, holding him in place. Naruto appears by Sasuke and tells Sasuke to open a dominant hand. Sasuke lifts up his left hand and Naruto places the Moon Seal on Sasuke. Naruto gives some of his own chakra, his Usher the chakra, to Sasuke as well. And what happens is it forcefully evolves Sasuke's Eternal Mangekyo into a Renegon. And when Sasuke sees this, he meets the conditions to meet the Sage of Six Paths as well. The Sage of Six Paths looks at Naruto and goes, that boy, but he understands. And so Sasuke gets the same rundown, and he looks at Naruto and Naruto goes, Sasuke? Sasuke goes, so we were relatives in the time period long before us, right? And he goes, yeah, pretty much. And Sasuke smiles, and so as Naruto and Sasuke ready themselves off, they'll fight the Jubito, and Madara is ready to face off against Hachirama. This is where I want to leave this world of, guys. I hope you guys like this. Please like and subscribe, leave a comments down below, and leave the bell notification on so you guys can be the first to get my new content. But yeah, I hope you guys like this. Take care of you guys selves, wherever you guys are. And not only that, guys, when I do drop my new channel and my new what off, that will be out on that channel. Be sure to follow me on my new channel, okay guys? I'll possibly leave a link in the description. Hopefully I get it done today and I can upload today, okay guys? But yeah, but as usual, guys, this is Dr. Kahu saying peace.